Well, good morning, YouTube fans. It is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. The time is about 9:25 in the morning, and we have just launched at Markley Cove on Lake Berryessa. First time we've been up here in, oh golly, probably close to 2 years. The water's back up from the winter rains, and we're back to using the regular ramp. They have another ramp that's over back behind my right shoulder that they were using during the low water period. And I have forgotten to change my glasses, and I don't have my flip-on rear view mirror, so I got to keep looking over my shoulder. There's a no wake sign we're passing. We'll get up here a little ways where we got some sea room, and we'll dig out the glasses and the anemometer. Weather forecast by NOAA this morning was for a high of 85. Light winds in the morning, becoming 5 to 11 in the morning. And right now, the wind is coming out of the northeast, coming right down the canyon toward us. Southwest being the opposite direction to where we're going. And for some reason, the cell phone camera has just quit. So I'm going to take a moment to restart that. Video, please. There we go. And I'll start a new salutation since we had to turn the cell phone camera back on again. It is Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. Getting close to 9:30 in the morning. And we have launched on Lake Berryessa at Markley Cove, one of our favorite places to row from. This is located at the far eastern reaches of the lake, down the southeast corner, where Monticello Dam is, that holds back all this wonderful water. And we're going to get up here. Oh, and that's Putah Creek is the main creek that comes through this lake. Below the dam, the creek heads east down the canyon, past the town of Winters, and on out into the Sacramento Valley. Where it, I think it turns into almost irrigation ditches by the time it, or before it gets out to the Sacramento River. At any rate, It's been about 2 years since we were rowing up here, but the weather forecast today was about at the upper limit of what we usually want to launch in. The high was supposed to be 85, light winds in the morning, becoming southwest at it was 5 to 11 miles an hour. Right now the wind is coming right out of the north, and right down Markley Canyon, or I should say up Markley Canyon. So right now we have a bit of a headwind that we're rolling into. Any luck?
Not yet.
Fellow fishing along the easterly shore. All right. I want to get just a bit away from this shoreline. And going to ship the oars here and get out our sunglasses and our backup mirror and our anemometer. So for the cell phone camera, we'll catch you all later. First thing we do with the anemometer is to tie it into the boat. It will float, but or it's supposed to float. But I don't want to have to go chasing it if it goes over the side. All right. Put my specs away. And ooh, got some greasy spot. All right, here we go. Well, the wind is blowing us right into these parked boats. So let's get up here and turn it around. All right. Oh, and I neglected to start the GPS. There we go. And tracking. There we are. All right. right. This southeasterly corner of the lake was pretty badly burned over about 2 or 3 years ago. Some of the hills on the north side of the Putah Creek arm here are pretty much completely burned off. There just wasn't anything left at all. And a great deal of the brush on these banks on either side of this canyon here were pretty badly burned. And I thought that there'd be probably a lot of landslides with the couple of heavy winters we've had. Wet winters this last winter, and then a couple of winters before, but the erosion doesn't seem to be as bad as some places I've been. I'm gonna get out the anemometer. Oh, there's 10 miles an hour steady. So looks like we're going to have our 11 miles an hour this morning. Thing is that it is about 135 degrees off the prescribed direction, or the forecast direction. I didn't check on windy. I just looked at NOAA, so I usually check both of them to see if I can see if they're forecasting something close to the same. If the wind stays in this direction, it'll be doable, because on the way out we're rowing upwind, and on the way back we might have a tailwind if it stays this way. So let's see what happens here. Put my keeper on my port oar. I remember several times that I have done maximum distances, or long distances, say over 12 miles, have been here on this lake. And one time, the wind was supposed to be out of the north, and we had gone up here to the Putah Creek arm of the lake and turned west and rode out onto the main body of the lake. It's about 6 miles, 6.5, something like that. Anyhow, we rode right out onto the main body and explored a little bit and headed back, and the wind was coming from the east, blowing up Putah Creek, and it was probably blowing 10 miles an hour, pretty steady, with higher gusts, significantly higher gusts. And we had a nasty headwind coming back east down Putah Creek to Markley Cove here. And I think that was a day when we did 15 miles. I think the longest day we've had here was just a little over 16. Coming over here this morning, there was quite a bit of fog, and as we were coming up from Napa, we ran into some quite foggy conditions. Then as soon as we cleared the first ridge, and started down toward Woodward Road, I think that's the name of the road, broke out into the sun. Right now we have some very high clouds that look like mare's tails, which indicate a change in weather. It's been probably a month since we've had some cats swing in the water. I've been doing some maintenance at home, working on rebuilding part of the carport, installing rain gutters, and the rain gutters were supposed to be delivered today, but they've been postponed for, I think it was 4 or 5 days. So I looked at the weather this morning and rolled out at 6 o'clock and got myself in gear to come over here and enjoy this beautiful lake with the water way up. I haven't checked the water level, but I think it's probably still a good 10 to 15 feet below the top of the Glory Hole Spillway, which we will be able to see when we round the corner up here. I'm going to get out onto the Putah Creek arm, and we're going to turn east and row up to the dam. Some containment boom, looks like over there against the west shore. It seems to me, just my impression, is that Markley Cove is always fiddling around with looks like some expansion projects. Nice to see the business growing instead of shrinking. I'm just guessing with the wind coming out of the north, that it may very likely, once we get up here and turn the corner, it may very likely be coming from the east, coming up the canyon from the Sacramento Valley. So, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Oh, I'm just remembering, oh golly, it's probably been almost 4 years ago. Well, maybe 2.5. I came up here one morning and it was very calm, and we rode out here out of Markley Cove out onto the main body of the lake, or excuse me, out onto the Putah Creek arm, and turned west, headed for the main body of the lake, and I heard a very, very strange bird call that I'd only ever heard in recordings, and it was a loon. And it was maybe, a couple of 100 feet from me, and headed away, just cruising in the morning. It was a very calm morning, and there's a light mist on the water, so it was quite magical. And the loon just kept calling every once in a while as it moved north across the arm up here. It was quite magical. I didn't really know that they had loons in California. It's like an osprey headed south up the arm. Another, maybe 2/5 of a mile out onto the Putah Creek arm. Coming to a low point here on the starboard side. There's a place up quite a ways up onto the hillside where the highway goes by. There's a wide spot up there where people park and then walk down to the water here. I've seen quite a few people out here on this little peninsula, just enjoying the lake, enjoying the sun, doing some swimming. Occasional kayaks pulled up on the shore. All right, the 360 camera is getting ready to recycle, so I'm going to sign off here, and we'll turn the camera back on when we get around the corner on our row up to the dam, which is not very far at all around the corner here. So, until then, I'll catch you all later.